All right, let's do a full field rundown of the Breeders' Cup Distaff. Trusted Profits, it's the formula here. We're going to be talking through the 2023 Breeders' Cup Distaff. Is going to be a race 9 furlongs, 1 1/8 mile on dirt. It's a G1. As you know, we got a great field this year for the November 4th race at Santa Anita. Look up and down here. I think the only one we're not going to cover is Sabra Tough, since that horse was not pre-entered in per the Breeders' Cup website. The rest of them, we're going to be giving you a full field rundown and give you our top four in just a moment. Let's go ahead and get started with Amore. 5 wins and 16 races, second place at the G2 Belding Stakes, losing to Randomize by 4 lengths in that one. A sixth place finish at the G3 Locust Grove. Last win for this horse was in March. A G1 Beholder Mile win, beating Fun to Dream. Brad Cox trained. Next up, Adair Manor. 7 wins in 13 races, winner of 5 of the last 6. Pretty impressive. Gate to wire winner in the G2 Zenyatta over 3 horses, beating Desert Dawn by 5 1/4 lengths in that one. Winner of the Hearst Stakes, beating Desert Dawn by 1 length in that one in a field of 5 horses. I'm bringing this up because the West Coast, you run these G1, G2 filly races, and there is not a huge field to run against. So a lot of these wins for Adair Manor, I dare say, are against a smaller brand of competition. Not going to have an 8 horse field like you're going to see on some of the West Coast races. Product of small fields with that great win percentage, possibly the case for the Bob Baffert trained horse. Clarier, seen this horse a lot, 21 races. I think it's the most of any horse in this race. Fifth place at the Personal Insing, 17 lengths behind Idiomatic in that one. Second at the Chevy, 2 lengths behind Nest in that one. Previous to that one, the Ogden Phipps over Search Results by half a length. Beat Secret Oath by a neck, and the Apple Blossom horses up and down. In the Distaff last year, came in third place behind Mouth Dot in that one. Deepest of the deep closers. Yeah, absolutely. This is one of the deeper closers. Joel Asmussen trained horse. Definitely a threat to hit the board, as you can see by the numbers there. Out of 21 races, 14 hitting first or second, and 3 more hitting third. So pretty impressive output for Clarier. Desert Dawn, uh, the horse that is out there for Adair Manor to beat. Second at the Zenyatta Stakes to Adair Manor by 4 lengths. Second at the Hearst Stakes to Adair Manor by 1 length. Third at the Santa Maria Stakes, losing to who else? Adair Manor. That's all I'm going to say about Desert Dawn. Hoosier Philly started off her career really strong, 3 wins in a row, but since then, bigger races has really failed to live up to some of the early hype. Fourth place at the G1 Cotillion, losing to Ceiling Crusher by 5 lengths in that one. In a race that was very winnable, G3 Charleston Oaks losing to Vava by 17 lengths in that one. An eighth place finish, not impressive. Last win was the first place in the unlisted Monomoy Stakes, beating Wet Pain. And it's a good win, unlisted stakes, but still beating Wet Pain, which is a very strong horse. And then second place in the Black Eyed Susan to Taxed by 3 lengths. Idiomatic, 11. Did I do my math right? Yes. 11 races, 8 wins for Idiomatic, 100% in the money, almost 80% win rate. I mean, high 70s win rate. Do the math on that one. I think it comes out to 77%. Winner of the G1 Juddmonte Spinster, going gate to wire there, beating La Davida by 4 lengths. Winner of the Personal Ensign, going gate to wire, beating Secret Oath and Nest by 4 lengths. Beat Classy Edition. I mean, we can go on and on. It's going to take a while before we find even a loss for Idiomatic. Hell of a horse trained by Brad Cox. La Davida, 8 wins in 24 races, 5 second, 5 third, second place at the Juddmonte, 4 lengths behind Idiomatic in that one. Fifth place at the G2 Locust, behind Search Results, 10 lengths behind in that one. Pretty Mischievous, 7 wins in 10 races for Pretty Mischievous. Great horse. Second place at the G1 Cotillion, half a length behind Ceiling Crusher. First at the G1 Test Stakes, beating Clearly Unhinged by a head. First place at the G1 Acorn Stakes, beating Darth Vader by a head. And let's not forget, Winner of the Kentucky Oaks, beating Gambling Girl by a head. This is a horse that will not lose by much and will not win by much either. You're not seeing the four-length victories like you have with some of the other high-class horses here, but a victory is a victory if you're pretty mischievous. Randomized. Winner at the G2 Beldame Stakes, going gate to wire, beating Amore in that one. Gate to wire winner at the G1 Alabama Stakes, beating Wet Paint by 4 lengths, and gate to wire winner. You can see a pattern here. Almost seems like a duplicate of Idiomatic, only maybe 5 races earlier. It's got a hell of a horse here. Struggled at the Acorn, yes. Um, but this is another pace setter, just like Idiomatic, that can seal the deal. Chad Brown horse, definitely a horse to contend with here. And search results. We're getting the search results here. 7 wins in 16 races for search results, including the win at Locust Grove, beating Hidden Connections by 3 lengths in that one. Third place at the Malik Pitcher, losing to Shotgun Hottie there by a length. And then second to Clariere by half a length at the Ogden Phipps. Another Chad Brown horse here. And Wet Paint. 10 races, 5 wins, 3 second place finishes. One of the second place finishes, 2 randomized, mentioned earlier, at the G1 Alabama by 4 lengths. Winner of the 9 furlong American Oaks, a G1 by a neck over Sacred Wish in that one. Also 8 lengths over Gambling Girl. Second place finish at the Monomoy Girls Stakes, losing to Hoosier Philly in that one, a race that we talked about earlier. Came in fourth at the Kentucky Oaks, starting 11th, closing to fourth, so made up a lot of ground there. The Kentucky Oaks is a very busy race, had a lot of horses in that one. So for a deep closer like Wet Paint, that's a very difficult thing to overcome. If there's a lot of traffic, it's going to be very difficult for her to be maneuvering around and getting that close that she needs. Um, yeah, as I stated here, closer that needs distance, sets up well for 10 furlongs, for 9 furlongs. But again, going to need that space and traffic to maneuver around to get that right close. In summary, this is what I've got here. Um, Idiomatic, the horse to beat, obviously. If there is a horse that is, I guess to say a key here, or a single, it's going to be Idiomatic. I mean, that might be your single here. I do fear Randomized. I think Randomized could be the horse to beat Idiomatic here. But really, I mean, Idiomatic's just been really a world beater. Um, very, very good race to see these two match off against each other. If I'm going to throw a value play out there too, I really like Pretty Mischievous a lot. Maybe you get, we don't know what the odds are right now, but maybe you get like an 8-1 on Pretty Mischievous based on Idiomatic and Randomized being in this race. Clarier might pull some money, and then you got Adair Manor. There's a chance that Idiomatic might get left behind, and you might get some pretty good odds. And I do like Pretty Mischievous's chances to hit the board here, possibly win. But man, it would be really tough to beat Idiomatic. And finally, the last part of my key box here, Clarier, a horse that just always seems to be in the right place at the right time and to close out, no matter how big the race is. There's a few races obviously left off the board there, but Clarier really manages to find her way there. So that's what I got for the Distaff. You guys see what I see? It's going to be a pretty solid race in my opinion. Definitely think that Idiomatic is worth a look as a single in your late pick 5. I think that that is going to be a hard horse to beat, randomized out there, possibly Pretty Mischievous, maybe, but yeah, that's going to be a tough one to beat. How do you guys see this playing out? Do you think that Idiomatic is prone here, or do you think that this is going to be a pretty easy one? Who's going to be your single all day? Let us know in the comments. Give us a like, give us a thumbs up, tell your friends about us. It's BC time. We definitely like to get the traffic this time of year, so peace out.